Pajero! Oh, you beauty! What a headshot!
Welcome back to Onto the Ball. Yes, guys, we are back. Manchester United 2, Chelsea 1, full-time. Me and Trav are here. Trav is happy-ish. I don't know where your head's at, Trav. Do you want Man United to be losing some games so Ten Hag leaves, or are you happy to win and just let nature take its course? Let's find out in the next 25 minutes, half an hour. The scores are just rolling in after the heartbreak of last night. Declan Rice and his 97th minute winner was absolute heartbreak for me, and I'm sure everyone else, all other fans. I went to bed in a stinking mood. I was about to say I kicked the dog, but I wouldn't, because I absolutely love the dog. Honestly, I woke up about 5 a.m. to turn over, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks again. Declan Rice's winner, absolutely heartbroken. I can't even put it into words. But there's a little bit of respite tonight because Manchester City have just lost against Aston Villa 1-0 at Villa. Who would have predicted that?
Villa
1-0 at Villa Park. Let me see if I can get these results up. What a result that is.
Brilliant from Aston Villa. They're flying at Aston Villa. They really deserve it, and Emery's doing an absolutely brilliant job there. So yeah, testament to Villa. I think
I mean, but who would have predicted that tonight? I mean, let's, if I can get it up. There it is. The scores are in. Brighton 2, Brentford 1, Bournemouth 2-0 away to Palace, Fulham 5-0 at Forest, Sheffield United 0, Liverpool 2. Get in the Reds, come on. Villa 1, Man City 0, Manchester United 2, Chelsea 1. Let's see what that does to the standings. Will that change it? Let me see if I can pop that out a bit. Let's see if I can share that.
Get the table up.
Get the table up.
Title race wide open.
There it is. I mean, look at Man City's form. No wins in 5, Trav. Is this a wobble? Is it giving everyone false hope? Can they be got at? Are they falling apart? Have they got complacent after winning the treble? Who knows? Would you like to comment?
Yeah, I think it's complacency, definitely. Like you said, they're probably not as motivated as they was now. They've won everything. They've cleaned up. Pep Guardiola's the GOAT. That's it. Like, but he'll come back. He will come back strong. Whether they win the league or not, I don't know. But it's definitely some complacency creeping in, and they are wobbling at the moment. It's giving everybody a little bit of a chance.
I mean, that's just mad, isn't it? Look, them in Spurs, no win in 4 games, 3 draws and a loss. Spurs are 3 losses and a draw. There's something about these Amazon games, isn't there? It just doesn't feel like, I don't know, like a proper round of games. It all feels a bit frantic, like it's not. I don't know, especially that Luton game last night. Did you watch any of it at Kenilworth Road?
Nah, I didn't watch that one.
It was absolutely jumping. It was like the crowd were on the pitch. It was an incredible atmosphere.
It's a great little ground, ain't it? It's a great little ground.
It's amazing.
Keep it, but it's got a fantastic.
And I'm telling you, Trav, from the pitch to the back of the stand, there was only about 5 rows on one of the stands.
Wasn't it?
So the road must have been like about 10 yards from the pitch on the other side of the stand. Ravi's joined us. Big up the Liverpool crew. Get in there, Ravi. 3 points for the mighty Reds. Newton Heath FC celebrate a win over Chelsea. Shameless win. Right, let's get straight into it, Trav. Man United, I mean, there's so much has happened in the last week. Obviously getting packed by Newcastle. I know it was only 1-0, but they were awful, weren't they? And then it's broke during the week that Ten Hag has lost 50% of the dressing room. I mean, I don't know who decides it's 50%. It seems a bit of a weird number.
Must have done a count up in the changing rooms.
Yeah, they must have done a poll
on that side of the room. Have them separated on the benches, mate. But yeah.
So what are you thinking about that? Do you think it's real, or do you think it's someone troublemaking?
No, I think there's some element to him losing certain players. I don't think you can sort of like not involve the likes of Rafa Varane and players that are out if there's not some truth to it. So I think there is an element, whether it's 50% or not, we'll never truly know a figure. But I think strong managers, strong organisations, they don't really take any notice of that. At the end of the day, it's just another headline, isn't it? And there's been quite well documented about leaks and things coming out of United. So, yeah, they've just got to focus like they did tonight, get the wins. Hopefully the performances improve and just see where it takes Ten Hag.
Where do you think it's going to take him? Because it's all looking a bit ominous at the minute, isn't it?
It is. I mean, it is looking ominous. Yeah, but I mean,
you've only got to look at his lineup, Trav. Like, he's going back to these tried and tested, and obviously from a Liverpool fan, I'll say failed. But, you know, his two stalwarts right now are Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay. Where on earth has this come from? Harry Maguire's just won the Premier League Player of the Month for November. Scotty McTominay's just scored a brace. And they're his go-to guys right now.
That's it. And what do we know? Obviously, like, he's put his trust back into those players. He obviously stripped Maguire of the captaincy. I think that's done him a favour, to be honest. I think there's less pressure on him. And I think you do genuinely see a better Harry Maguire when there is less pressure on him. I still don't think he's a top player, but if he's doing the business for Ten Hag now, he trusts him. He's somebody that he can rely on. And McTominay's chipping in with a goal. So as long as McTominay keeps scoring and Maguire keeps playing as he is, I'm sure they'll stay in the team. So, yeah, Rashford was the big one dropped today. And we've got the victory. So he'll turn around and say that his choices were vindicated.
Chelsea, I mean, they're in the mud, aren't they? You just don't know what to expect from them. I mean, when you looked at the team tonight, you thought, on paper, you just expect so much more from them, don't you?
Yeah, quite underwhelming. And Poch has got a big job on. I mean, they're similar to United in some ways, in terms of the squad and the amount spent and the amount of players and internal issues that they will have with minutes and players playing and having to ease very early in his tenure, similar to Ten Hag in a way. I mean, I know I batter Ten Hag, but it's still early. So I can see the club sticking by him till at least the end of the season, especially if he gets results like he did today. And that's the thing. I said on a podcast a couple of weeks ago, I don't rate Ten Hag to that degree, but as long as he keeps getting the results, I'm not saying it's not looking bad, because we know it can all change very quickly. I'm sure Twitter will be full of Man United are back again. And we had this 2 weeks ago. We'll go on. We'll win a game, lose a game, draw a game. Win a game, lose a game, draw a game. And that's how it's going to be all season under this gaffer and some of these players.
I'm just putting the team up there. I mean, when you look at his, like you say, his go-to people at the minute, Onana's trying to play his way back into form. Dalot, Maguire, Lindelof. I mean, Maguire, Lindelof, Shaw. How many managers have they gone through now? They're like Oli, Rangnick, Jose Mourinho.
No, Jose won
Oli,
didn't he?
Yeah.
So it was Oli and Rangnick and now Ten Hag. But
I've just noticed no Rashford. Where's Rashford?
He was on the bench.
Did he get on?
I think so.
Yeah, come on for Højlund.
Oh, did he?
I don't know when, but
so that was that.
But yeah, when you look at the Chelsea team, like I say, look at it. It's household names. Maybe not Cucurella, but Colwell's doing well. Sanchez, Thiago Silva, Fernandez, Caicedo, Sterling, Palmer, Mudryk, Jackson. I mean, Mudryk had another stinker tonight.
Did he?
Yeah, his feet are too fast for his brain. He runs with blistering pace, and you think, hello, what's going to happen here? And he just runs into defenders. He runs too fast. He can't control where he's passing the ball to. The strikers are frustrated because he's not playing the ball to feed. It's just, he's a mess of a player.
Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, it's to me, Chelsea and United, they're two teams in similar positions. They're both, it's like Battle of the Bob, really. Like, we're just scrapping for 8th. That's what it's going to be between 8th and 6th. Obviously, United are only a few points off the top 4, but you know what United are like. They can go on these little runs where we scrape by, and then we go on these runs where we don't win in 5. So you just don't know what you're going to get. Bag of Rebels, United, bag of Rebels.
Well, what can you do? Another win under the belt for Ten Hag. And like I say, if we look at that form book, have I still got it here? Are Man United still the form team?
Well, we lost to Newcastle, but apart from that, I think we've won.
Yeah, apart from that,
Yeah.
Fulham, Luton, Everton, got beat by Newcastle, beat Chelsea 2-1. I mean, where does this even leave Chelsea, Trav? Look at them floundering around 10th place. Man United push up to 6th, level on points with Spurs, who've got a game in hand. Is it all doom and gloom?
At United?
Yeah. Because it feels it at the minute after the last 48 hours, Monday, Tuesday, with this story breaking. It's like it's almost all over for Ten Hag, but the results in the form table would suggest otherwise. Just what quite is going on?
United are always front page news, mate. Like, no matter what, we are blockbuster. Simple. Do you know what I mean? When results aren't going well, it's always a crisis. But for me, it's always about the performances and building a brand that's going to compete with those top teams. And until I see that on a convincing like a consistent basis, I'll never be convinced by this manager. But I'm not unfair. I'm not just gonna chuck him to the wolves if he has got a few good performances under his belt. I'm fair enough to say, like, if I watch a game and we've played well, I'll say we've played well. Do you know what I mean? I'm not that harsh on him. So at the moment, there's no way his job's under threat at the moment. It might change if we go out of the Champions League, but as long as we're still in the hunt for the Champions League places and he's got injuries and players to come back like Martinez and stuff like that, he'll always be given an opportunity to turn it around. That's what I feel. I think he's going to get to at least the end of the season for me.
Is Harry Maguire back? Is this real? Or is he just filling in? Because Varane's days are numbered, aren't they? So that would suggest this is it. Maguire's back.
Maguire is the first centre-back on the team sheet, mate. I'm telling you that now. Varane wasn't even on the bench today. Johnny Evans was on the bench. So, yeah, Varane's done at United. I think he'll go to Bayern Munich or something in Jan. I think they've been heavily linked with him. So, yeah, this is it now. Harry Maguire redemption in full swing. We'll probably look to get a partner for Maguire in the summer. I don't think we'll sign in Jan. So, yeah, Maguire's, that's it. He's back, mate. He's fully back.
I can't believe this is happening. It's not real.
It's a Ten Hag special, the Ten Hag recipe, mate. I told you, when he's cooking, mate, you don't know what he's going to put in the broth. There's all kinds of spices.
I mean, to be fair, like, I'm slating him like I can't believe it, but I've got him in my FPL team and he's been doing really well for me. So I liked it if he got another clean sheet tonight, but you can't have it all.
You got to give credit where he's due. I'm not saying he's turned it around, but his performance.
Yeah, he's not been too bad, has he?
His performance has been solid, and we're not too big to admit when we're not wrong about him. But the last few games he's done well. He's done much better. He's getting his confidence back, and he's starting to show the player that he's never been worth 80 million, but he's starting to show that he's a half decent player.
Another Premier League game for Højlund without a goal. How much do you think that'll be playing on his mind?
A little bit now. It is a barren run. Again, like you said, we've not really had a system that creates him an abundance of real clear-cut chances, especially in the league anyway. So I do feel for him a little bit. But you just never know. I mean, what the timeline's saying is without Rashford, we're back. So if we just keep playing the way we did tonight, potentially, he might get more chances in the team. And I'm sure Ten Hag will be confident that the goals will come for him. But, what I do like about Højlund is his endeavour. He'll never stop running. He'll never stop working. He's good for the team. He's a good character and he's very young. So I'm not going to be too critical of him because I know he's playing in a pretty much a dead team with a dead system. So I think if he was in a team that created him chances, I think he would score goals, genuinely. But, yeah, I think it will be on his mind a little bit, Scott, yeah.
What we're going to do about Rashford? I mean, he has took some stick after Saturday night, Travis.
Well, what's he going to do about it?
Have you seen the clips? Yeah, good point. What's he going to do?
It's down to him. And I think what I like...
Well, what do you think, though, about... Because obviously, being a Man United fan, a local boy is more in your heart than Carlos Kickerball, isn't it? Like, Trent Arnold is in my heart. So if he was showing a lack of desire and effort, it would hurt a lot more being a local lad. Trent Arnold, Carragher, Steven Gerrard. So for Marcus Rashford to see them clips on Twitter and I was about to say abuse he got off Roy Keane, the negative appraisal off Roy Keane on Sunday.
Yeah.
Where does he go from here? Do you think he's one of the ones that have down tools, so to speak?
No, I don't think he has down tools, but I think he is being a little bit mardy. I think he's throwing his toys out the pram a little bit, but it's down to
You think
him.
he's mates with Sancho?
Nah, I don't read into stuff like that. Like, because Sancho's been mistreated, I'm just not going to run. That's a load of rubbish. Like, come on. Like
but not that you're not going to run. But let's say me and you were in the Man United team. Yeah, you're my best mate, and Ten Hag's cast you aside. Would I be running through brick walls for Ten Hag, or would I be preferring he got sacked so me and you can get back on the pitch together?
I would hope you would run through brick walls, because, like you said, if you're someone's best mate, you got to justify to someone and be honest with them. Do you know what I mean? If you feel your best mate's not acted in the right way,
no, but I do. I'm on your side.
Yeah,
and Rashford might be on Sancho's side. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So look,
I might think you've been treated disgustingly.
Yeah, I mean, but you're looking at that from that perspective. But what if Rashford thinks that Sancho's been treated fairly? Then what? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know that. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Let's say he is down in tools. Could it be something like that? Him and Rashford are big buddies. Him and Sancho are big buddies. I don't agree with a single bit of treatment by Ten Hag. If secretly, I'd rather Ten Hag left and Sancho's reintegrated to the squad.
But this is the thing, like, I think it depends what the situation is. Like, if you think, I know we don't know the full details, but if it's over Sancho's training performance, genuinely, and Rashford thinks he's been mistreated, I'd be just like, well, I think my manager's a little bit of a dick, but I wouldn't think, oh, I'm not going to try my hardest because I don't want to play. I'm just not going to put in my full effort for Man United just because I think he's mistreated Sancho a little bit. I wouldn't be on that anyway, and I wouldn't expect you as a best mate to do that either. Like, if
what if it was the other way around then, Trav? What if I'm the one cast out?
I'm not gonna not run because you're not training properly and he's outed you.
No, but I am training properly. This is the point. This is what I'm trying to get at. Sancho says he's not done anything wrong. He's training good. He's been made a scapegoat. Rashford might agree with him. So let's say I'm training great, but Ten Hag hates me and he's cast me aside, and you don't agree with it. You think Scott's been training, and this is unfair.
I'd have a word with the manager because, like, I want to play football myself, so I'm not going to jeopardize my place in the team because he's dropped my mate. Like, you're all teammates at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? There's a squad of 30. You all want to play. I don't think it's I mean, how far does it go? Like, do all the players, if every single player thinks Sancho's been mistreated, do they all just not run the whole squad? Do you know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. That is how it works when you've lost a dressing room, isn't it?
That's stupid, though. That's dumb.
There's no cohesion. There's no effort, and you basically lose games, and inevitably the manager will leave, and you'll bring in someone like Ryan Giggs or Michael Carrick or Darren Fletcher, and you'll get the immediate new boss bounce.
Yeah.
And everyone will be saying, Ten Hag must have obviously lost the dressing room.
Normally when you lose a dressing room, it's not over something so trivial. It's more like about tactics or how you set the team up, and the team and the squad don't necessarily agree with things like training methods or the way you want to press and the instructions and the things that you're asking the team to do as a team, and you're questioning this manager, like, this ain't working. Do you know what I mean? But if it's like an individual scenario where Sancho don't like one person's word against the other, that's the manager at the end of the day. Like, and I know what you're saying about this friends thing and this loyalty thing. I get it from that sense. But if I'm that aggrieved by the way he's been treated, I'm just speaking to him. Like, I'm just trying to think of myself in that scenario at work. If there's a member of staff that I think's mistreated somebody on my team, I'd just go and speak to him. I wouldn't expect like the rest of the team to just stop working Like address it, attack it head on. So if Rashford is genuinely that aggrieved by it, go on Paul Ten Hag and say, I want to have a word with you. Like, I don't think this is right. Done. Like that. You can squash that. And I think that's why I was surprised when it happened in the first place, because I think Sancho and that Ten Hag could have thrashed it, but it seems like two really like strong-headed people who just don't want to back down. And it's just ended up really sour for no reason for me, unless there's more to it that we don't know.
Back to the game. Scott McTominay. When Liverpool were in the mud last season, I said I'd have him at Liverpool. He's what we need, a box-to-box midfielder, big, strong, and definitely lately in the last 6 months, especially with Scotland and Man United against Brentford, he loves a goal. How good is he?
He can't stop scoring, mate. He literally might as. He actually was a striker in the academy. It's ridiculous. His finishing is top draw. I can't take that away from him. And he gets a lot of criticism. I've criticised him heavily, and I've held my hands up because he was playing in the wrong role. He was playing as a double pivot 6 under Ollie, and he did a half decent job, but he got criticised. We was asking him to pick it up the back 4 and have a little bit of a passing range and that. He's not. He literally is a second striker. He's in and around the box, and he wants to be on the end of things, making late runs. And now he's doing that in a Ten Hag team that I don't know if Ten Hag's. I don't want to discredit him, but I don't know if Ten Hag actually intended to play this way in the first place, but he sort of stumbled across like McTominay playing in this role and doing well, and he's kept him there. And I don't think McTominay's let him down. He hasn't. Every time he puts a shift in, even if he's not playing well, he's probably the one player that you think you can rely on to get a goal, and that's why he's in the side. So full credit to him. I like his attitude. I've never disliked his attitude at all. I like everything that he's about, and he loves the club. And he just wants to work hard. So I rate that. I must admit, I rate that from McTominay.
Ten Hag pretty much ignored him the first 4 or 5 games, didn't he? Completely frozen out. Was that? Do you think that was off the back of him kind of wanting to leave in the summer to recoup a bit of money, and he dug his heels in and stayed? So you think that he was a bit like blackballed for the first month or 2?
Yeah, because we didn't think we were going to get Amrabat over the line, and this is the thing. Like, I think everybody thought McTominay was going to go to pave the way for Amrabat to come in and certainly release the funds for Amrabat. But I said it even in the summer. I was like, we don't want to leave ourselves light. Do you know what I mean? Because it looked like Van der Beek was going, Fred went, and then we was going to get rid of McTominay. And if you think now, if McTominay wasn't there, we've got injuries to Mount, Eriksen, and Casemiro. So literally, we would have just had Mino and Amrabat and Bruno. They would have been the only 3 fit midfielders we would have had. So I said in the summer, I didn't think we should have got rid of him. And I'm glad that he stayed, because he's another one that I think is quite important to the squad of Man United.
Trav, I'm not even sure if you've realised.
Go on.
Have a look at that league table. You're 3 points behind Man City.
I know.
And the general consensus is that you're kind of in the mud, really struggling. Ten Hag's job's at risk. You played 15 and you're 3 points off Man City.
I'm not naive enough, mate. His job's not at risk. It's literally nowhere near at risk. As long as Man U are in the hunt for top 4, he is going nowhere. And I can't complain, because I've said managers should be getting time at United. We're bringing in an infrastructure above Ten Hag. He's going to get all the support in the world. What I'm going to say is, if Ten Hag doesn't deliver a title, but if he doesn't deliver a consistent playing style that can compete with the best teams, and he stays in this job for a minimum of 3 years, then without a doubt it's on him, because he is going to get all the support he needs. He's already spent 400 million. He's getting a new infrastructure above him, and he's going to get rid of more players that our fan base regard as like leaks and toxic players. Obviously, like Maguire and McTominay with the leaks last year. Now it's Rashford and Sancho. All those players are going. Before it was Dean Henderson, Alanga, causing disruption. So we're getting rid of all those.
This is the mad thing, isn't it, Trav? If he had his way, Maguire and McTominay would have left in the summer.
Yeah.
And right now there is 2 go-to guys. How crazy is that?
I can't get my head around it. I don't know what it's down to. I genuinely can't. I genuinely can't answer you when I say to you, how has Varane fell to the bottom of the pecking order for the centre halves, and Maguire's top of it. I can't explain it, bro. I literally can't explain it. There's nothing that I can say to explain how that's happened, but it's like he feels it's working for him. He feels that the direction we're going in is fine. He's happy with it. He's not distracted by anything off the pitch. So he's just going to continue as it is. And he'll be delighted tonight to get 3 points. He'll be absolutely delighted.
Like, look at the form, Trav. Can I get the form up there?
He ain't going anywhere.
Obviously, you're the in-form team, but let's get form in the last. So in the last 5, does that stay there when I do it? Yes, it does. Look, in the last 5, you're top of the league.
That's it.
The last 10, you're 5th above Man City. 1-7, lost 3.
That's it.
Yeah, that's mad. Obviously, for you personally, Trav, is there any way for Ten Hag back into your affections?
Yeah, of course there is.
So he can turn this around then?
Huh?
He can turn this around?
He can. I don't think he will turn it around, but he can turn it around. Like, if I look at the lineup today, Amrabat's in, that's one of his signings. Reguilon's come on, that's one of his signings. He needs to play his signings. Anthony played, that's another one of his signings. Hoyland played. All of those 4 on the bench against Newcastle. Why were they on the bench against Newcastle? He's playing a left back at centre half and a right back at left back against Newcastle, and we lose the game. Now, I'm not just saying we lost the game because of that, because they pumped us, but he hasn't been helping himself. Get the lineups right. Put people in their proper positions. If you can start doing that, the fans will slowly start buying into it more. And it's going to take a while for him to convince me that he's the right man. Because at the moment, I don't think he's the right man at all. Not by any stretch. Nowhere near. So, but it's not about me as a fan. He thinks that we're progressing in the right way. I don't agree with it. I don't like the brand of football that we play. I don't think it's going to ever win a league. But he can certainly...
Do you think he genuinely does think you're progressing? Like, this is all going according to plan?
Yeah, I genuinely
It's all
do.
part of the journey. It's going to be a 3-year before we see real results. We're a year and a half into it.
I genuinely...
Or do you think he feels it's going wrong big time?
No, I genuinely think he thinks...
I mean, looking at the league table, it's not gone wrong, like we've just alluded to.
If you can drop Varane and not involve him at all, he must think it's going right. Because you've got... Let's be honest. He's been one of the best centre-backs in the world for the last 5-6 years, Varane. Yes, I know he's got a little bit older now and he gets injuries, but when he's fit, if you're playing Johnny Evans over him, you're confident that you're the guy. Do you know what I mean? Simple. Like, if you're playing Johnny Evans over Varane, you think you are the guy. Simple.
That's next level confidence, isn't it?
That's what I mean. So no, this is no delusion. He thinks that it's going in the right direction, and he thinks that we've had a lot of injuries, and when the injuries and stuff come back, then we'll be fine. But I think he's using that too much as an excuse. I expected to see a lot more, especially when I see teams like Spurs, Brighton again, who won today. I know they're below us in the table, but when I see what they're doing with extremely limited resources in comparison to us, then I just expected a lot better. But we'll see where he's at the end of the season and if the football improves.
We've got to talk about Man City, Trav. I'm absolutely blown away with this. Aston Villa 1, Man City 0. Winless in 4.
Did
anyone see this coming?
You know better than me that the season you won the league in COVID, were Man City like this, just wobbling at this stage of the season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was hard. It was hard because I've seen a screenshot from February that year. We won 27 and drew 1, Travis. That doesn't even feel real, does it? Out of 28 games, we'd won 27 and drew 1. And Man City was like it looks there. They'd like won 14, drew 5 and lost 3. So it was looking like that. And the thing is, like, Man City obviously winning the treble, Erling Haaland, Pep to some, probably you, is the greatest manager ever.
Yeah.
But they never come close to doing Arsenal's invincible, do they? They never ever look invincible. They always look like they can be got at by a Wolves, a Crystal Palace.
Their midfield's been ripped apart as well. De Bruyne has been out all year and they sold Gundogan and they've not replaced either. Let's be honest. I mean, they've got
John Stones as their best defender as well, isn't he? He's out.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Grealish is out of form.
And as good as Pep is, like you said, like sometimes like when you've got key players out that you've not replaced longer term, like legacy players, because like Gundogan has just been outrageous for years, and so has Kevin De Bruyne. So they're two real key pieces of the jigsaw that they've not really replaced. So it sounds mad to say with their squad, but are Man City going through a little bit of a transition period? Just into
Where's that Mateus Nunes from Wolves as well? Has he been playing?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he's been getting many minutes. I'm not sure if he's injured, but again, he's a young lad. Alvarez is top draw, but they're gone with like two strikers this year a little bit. So they're playing a little bit different as well, and they're sort of evolving. But what you can't ever do is like write them off. They're capable of going on a long run. So it's still a little bit early, but like you said,
they could win 10 in a row, couldn't they? I'm just looking now. They've got Luton away next. Imagine that crowd at Kenilworth Road after last night with Arsenal.
Tough game. That's a tough game for City. That's not a foregone conclusion with the way this league's going. And like you said, Arsenal struggled there yesterday. I know they got 3 points and stuff in the last minute, but they could have quite easily dropped points there. You did drop points there. We only beat them 1-0. They're not any pushovers, Luton. Do you know what I mean? They're above the relegation zone. Do you know what I mean?
I honestly think they're the hardest working team in the league, Trav. Granted, I've only watched them now, obviously, at home to Liverpool, 1 each, and last night against Arsenal. So I haven't watched them that much. But my God, the work rate they get through. I tweeted it. Ross Barkley, I can't believe Ross Barkley hasn't reached greater heights in his football career. It's an absolute enigma. He's such a terrific footballer. He's amazing.
I loved him at Everton. I thought he was actually going to come United and replace Rooney. That's who I wanted. He reminded me of Wayne Rooney when Rooney was young. And I really wanted Barkley to come to United. And then he went Chelsea, and I was quite gutted about that. But like you said, he's never taken off. Like, I don't know why. He hasn't.
Maybe he's got a bad attitude, but yeah, every time I watch him, I'm thinking he's an absolute baller. And I always go and check, and he's only 29. I can't remember when his last England cap was. But yeah, it's not coming together. But look at that fixture next, Trav. Aston Villa versus Arsenal. I mean, Aston Villa are absolutely flying at the minute, especially at home.
They're up to third in the league. That's got to be on TV, That's got to be on TV, What a game.
That's the 9th. That's Saturday. Let's hope it's on TV.
Villa at home as well. That is a test for Arsenal, that is. If they can come through that Villa game, though, that's going to put them right in the driving seat, man. It really is. Who you got next?
Palace away, 12:30 Saturday.
You can go top of the league temporarily.
You've got Bournemouth at home. Just jumping in the comments, Ravi, I can't take Newton Heath FC seriously, who beat a poor Chelsea side who have no real guile tonight. Chelsea are an absolute mess, Ravi. Let's be honest. They're like
two
bag
blues
of minstrels. Yeah.
Two blues.
They're like a bag of minstrels. You just don't know what you're going to get. One day they're coffee. The next day they're a Malteser. Yeah, chocolate orange. But no, Maltesers are my favorite. Oh no, minstrels. You know the minstrel, the flat ones. They're nice.
I like them, mate. I like the minstrels, man. Yeah.
But yeah, so much football to come, and I can't wait. And then it's obviously the big one soon. It's Liverpool against Man United, and then Liverpool against Arsenal. That's all coming up soon.
Never watching that from behind the couch.
I tell you what, if we can get 6 points in them two, Jesus Christ, I wonder what the league table will look at, especially if Arsenal drop at Villa on Saturday. What a game. What a weekend of ball coming up. Cannot wait.
Arsenal could easily drop in that game, like without a doubt. Like Villa are a dangerous outfit, a very dangerous outfit, and they'll be full of confidence. They've got some good individuals as well that make a solid team. And they've got a few injuries as well, like Tyrone Mings is out and stuff. So they're really coping well, Villa. They're a good team to watch. A really exciting game.
Yeah, they're really good. That Douglas Luiz, I'd have him at Liverpool. CDM, Ollie Watkins.
Yeah,
I've got to get him in my FPL team.
When
Every week I go with Darwin Núñez instead of Ollie Watkins. My soul dies a little bit more. I've got to get rid of Darwin Núñez, Trav, not to mention Liverpool on the Man United episode, but Darwin Núñez tonight, he's absolutely shit. No, I mean it. I'm done.
Are you done with it?
Absolutely rubbish.
A couple of weeks ago, he was in your Man City Liverpool combined. Like,
do you know what? I know. Do you know what? A lot of it is like wishful thinking.
Yeah.
You know, if you think, right, if I back him enough, but also it works the other way. If I slag him off enough, I'm almost reverse psychology. So, like, I'm saying to you now, he's done. I'm like washing my hands of him, and then he'll bag a hat trick, and I'll be like, I knew it. I knew if I doubted him, he'd come through. But honestly, he's absolutely
consistency. I don't know what it's down to, but
something's going on at the minute. He can't even run with the ball. He's tripping over the ball. He keeps playing the wrong pass. He's absolutely woeful. I don't know what's happened.
He might need to come out the team Gakpo again. And
well, he was tonight. He come on as sub tonight, Trav. That's the thing, and he was absolutely horse food when he come on. But yeah, right. Listen, let's head off to our slumber. Liverpool 2-0 against Sheffield United. I'll take that all day long. Man United 2-1 against Chelsea. I'll sleep a lot better tonight with these results, Travis, than I did last night after that Declan Rice late winner. It was absolutely heartbreaking. But yeah, we're second in the league, sitting pretty. The league leaders, Arsenal, have got Aston Villa next. That is
Titanic tussle,
gargantuan game. I can't wait to watch it. I hope it's on TV. We're away to Palace. Hopefully we'll tuck them in and get 3 points. Man United home at Bournemouth. That's a standard 3 points in it. 3-piece, no fries.
Need to watch that, mate. That's a standard 3 points. We're back now, mate. That's it. Tonight, 2-1. That's it. The Tannog bubbling on the stove, man.
I have Liverpool in last man standing, Trav, so I'm through to the next round. I might pick Man United at home at Bournemouth. What do you reckon?
We'll discuss that on when the team news comes out. I'll let you know, brother.
Right, nice one. If anyone's made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps us out loads. Me and Travis will see you in the next videos. Cheers, Trav. Sleep well, brother.
But Gerard! Oh, you beauty! What a